Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing basketry. But before we get into that, do you know what's even more fun than basketry? Safety. We're going to discuss the main hazards you might face, what to do to prevent them, what to do if they happen, and when you might need to ask for help. The main hazards from basketry are cuts, splinters, blisters, soaked material skin irritation, like hot water, strains from repetitive motion, mold or mildew from damp stored materials. Now, how do we prevent these hazards? Work in a well-lit, clean area. Use tools properly and keep them sharp. Always cut away from yourself. Wear protective gear when helpful. Soak reeds safely before working, if you're using soaked reeds for your basketry, which I haven't actually read the directions, but I hope we're not. Store materials correctly. Take breaks every 20 to 30 minutes and don't rush. If a tool slips, stop immediately. If there's a wound, take care of it. If a material splinters, remove the splinter. Clean, bandage, whatever, we'll go over that. If you feel wrist or finger strain, I learned this technique after a strength training class. If you have been gripping things really tightly, you have a lot of strain in your hand, you just do like a little octopus out and then back in on each hand, and that's a really good way to stretch if you've been straining your hands. If you burn yourself, run the burn spot under cold water. Let the water cool before you continue. The water that was hot that burned you, let that cool. If mold is present, get rid of the moldy materials, clean yourself, your hands or whatever, and your space, and then continue. And then general first aid treatment for cuts, scratches and scrapes, which are less severe than cuts, and splinters. So with cuts, wash the area with clean running water, apply a mild soap, wash the area, use sterile gauze to stop the bleeding, put some antibiotic ointment on it, bandage it, you're good. With scratches and scrapes, basically the same thing, except if it's not deep, it's not actively oozing, you might just want to let it dry and scab up in the open air as opposed to putting a Band-Aid over it. Splinters, wash your hands. Using clean tweezers, pull the splinter out in the direction that it went in. Clean it with warm soapy water, apply a bandage if you needed, and then continue. Now, when to seek additional help. If the bleeding doesn't stop after 10 minutes of pressure, you might need to go to the hospital to get it stitched up. If the wound is deep or gaping, same thing. You're not gonna be able to fix that and stop the bleeding on your own. Now that we've talked about the hazards and the safety precautions and what to do if something happens, we can talk about baskets and weaves. So there are 5 main types of baskets: plaited, coiled, ribbed, wicker, and twine. In plaited, the materials are weaved over and under each other, kind of like in braiding, and they're usually made out of flat materials like palm or strips of bark. For the merit badge tasks, I have to create different baskets. I got a plaited one. A coiled basket. This involves wrapping a core material with another material. The core material provides the basket shape and structure, and the additional material provides aesthetic design and also strength. Common core materials are grasses, straw, or rope. Materials like thin reed, yarn, or thread are commonly used for the wrapping and stitching. Oh, and this is my coiled basket that I'm going to be making. Rib baskets are really cool because they're really strong and sturdy. The technique uses a framework of ribs, usually made of wood, around which the other materials are woven. As you can see here, the little pieces sticking out are the ribs, and then you've woven material around it, and it looks like it could really hold a lot of stuff at a farmer's market or something. The next thing is a wicker basket. Wicker uses reeds, willow, or cane. The materials are soaked to make them flexible, so when we discussed earlier having to soak materials in water, oh no. Great. They're soaked to make them flexible, and then they're woven together. Wicker baskets are known for their durability and strength. And then the last type of basket is a twined basket. This involves twisting 2 materials together. One material acts as the warp, which is the vertical strands, while the other acts as the weft, which is the horizontal strands. And this technique is used because it creates a really tight and sturdy weave. The merit badge tasks were to create a square basket, my plain weave plaited.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking.
round basket, my coiled one.
To a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like a sex that's bringing me down. I went to a whore. He said my life's a bore. So quit my wife cause it's bringing her down. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Grasping to control, so I better hold.
And then it was supposed to be to create a Campstool seat, but I don't want one. I was looking online at different ways that you could make a Campstool seat, and all of the ones that you could make, I was like, I'm never gonna use this. So I decided, because this is my journey, and I am my own counselor, that instead of a Campstool seat, I'm going to make a wicker basket. So that is my third item. I didn't film a lot of making this one because I ended up doing it when I was watching TV or hanging out with friends just to get it done because it took so long. So it looks like this. Basketry.